Param sir.
Param sir. Let us chant Omkar 3 times. Om. 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 Sai Ram. So we are discussing about uh, nature of management. We have discussed management as science and management as art. Okay. So as we have seen that management fulfills all the requirements of being art. Okay. Management has theoretical knowledge. Management uh, art is personalized application. So management is also personalized application. And art can be refined by practice and create practice, and it leads to creativity. Similarly, management also can be improved by practice and it leads to creativity. Okay. Today we will discuss about management as a profession. Okay. If you can remember, in 11th class we discussed three economic activities: business, profession, and employment. Can you remember?
Yes sir.
Any of you can define profession? What is the profession?
Sir, profession is the skill and the knowledge applied by the individual in his profession. Like doctor is in legal profession, lawyer. No, doctor is in medical profession, and lawyer is in legal profession.
So, profession is a special field of study where a person has to acquire specific knowledge or skill, and this knowledge or skill he applies to earn his livelihood. है ना? So first of all, some specific skill is being learned, studied through the specific study. Some knowledge about medicines is given, like law college, where knowledge about law can be acquired, and later on, the person who acquires this knowledge can use this knowledge to uh, earn livelihood, to earn money. That is called profession. Now let us judge whether management can be called a profession or not. Let us see whether management can be called a profession or not. Let me present the screen. Okay. Now the topic is management as a profession. Nature of management. Management as a profession. As profession. PROFESSION. Okay. Management as profession. So we have to judge whether management can be called a profession or not. Okay. So some people say that management is a profession, while others say that management cannot be called a profession. So we have to judge whether management can be called a profession or not. So profession is the specific economic activity where a person acquires a specific knowledge or skill, and that knowledge or skill is used or implemented to earn the livelihood or money. So, what are the characteristics of profession? First one is the well-defined body of knowledge. Well-defined body of knowledge. ठीक है, this is the first characteristics of profession, that every profession is a well-defined body of knowledge. This knowledge can be acquired through instruction. Well-defined body of knowledge means that every field of profession has its basic principles and theories, and these principles and theories can be acquired through instruction in a specific institution. This is the meaning of systematic body, well-defined body of knowledge. So every branch of profession has its basic knowledge, that is uh, principles, theories. This knowledge can be transferred or can be acquired through the instruction in specific institutions. Now, in this regard, we can say that management is also a well-defined body of knowledge. No, Sairam, are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Management is also a well-defined body of knowledge because management also has its principles and concepts or theories which are developed by management professionals during a long period of time. And these principles of management or theories of management can be acquired or can be transferred by instruction from one generation to other generation in a specific institution, that is management institutions. Now we have separate institutions of management where this knowledge is transferred from one generation to the other generation. So these principles, theories or concepts of management are transferred in a systematic manner from one generation to the other generation in a specific institution, which is called management institutes or college of management or whatever we can call. Management fulfills or satisfies this parameter or this criteria of being a profession. So profession is a well-defined body of knowledge, and management is also a well-defined body of knowledge. Any doubt about it, Sairam?
No, sir.
Next characteristic of management is the restricted entry. Next profession, है ना? Restricted entry. Second characteristics of profession is restricted entry. Restricted entry. What is the meaning of restricted entry? The entry in any field of profession. Now try to understand. Entry in any field of profession is restricted by some educational qualification. Educational qualification, or we can say by some degree or diploma. Entry in any field of profession is restricted by some educational qualification or degree or diploma. Means anyone cannot join that profession. Only that person who has that degree or diploma can join that profession. Are you understanding? Sairam?
Yes, sir.
So let us take an example. Can anyone practice as a doctor? If I want to practice as a doctor, can I do?
No, sir.
No,
Why?
sir.
Why?
You have to qualify the examination and have some degree, then only you can be a doctor.
Because I don't have the degree in medicine, so that's why I cannot appear in the field of uh, medicine. Can I practice as a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay. So I can practice as a lawyer because I have degree in law. You know, I have done my law, so I have the degree in law, so I can practice as a lawyer because I have the degree in law. So uh, entry, are you understanding what is the meaning of this? If you want to enter in a specific profession, first of all you must get a degree or diploma that is necessary for that profession. Without getting that degree or diploma, you cannot join that profession. Clear? Ram?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Entry in a field of profession is restricted by some educational qualification, that means some degree or diploma. Only those persons who has got the degree or diploma in that field, they can only appear in that profession. Okay, now let us judge as management means whether management fulfills this parameter, this criteria or not. Till now, to become manager, it is not compulsory to have degree or diploma in management. No, it is still not compulsory to have degree or diploma in management if you want to become a manager. You will find many persons who are working as a manager, but they do not have any specific degree or diploma in field of management. Am I right, Sairam?
Yes, sir.
No, so in management, it is not compulsory to have degree or diploma in management to become as a manager. But slowly and gradually, now big companies or good companies are asking for MBA or other degrees in uh, management. Suppose you want to become a marketing manager, so they are going to like, do you have MBA in marketing? So this is a growing trend that in a well-managed company, well defined companies, they are stressing on a specific degree or diploma. Though it is not compulsory, but they are now started asking for degrees or diplomas. So they have started appointing for those persons as managers who have degree or diploma in that specific branch of management. Is it clear? So slowly and
Yes.
gradually, after some time, maybe it will be compulsory in management also that no one will be able to become the manager without having a degree or diploma in management. And अभी तो compulsory नहीं है, but it's a growing trend that companies started asking for degree or diploma in a specific field of management where you want to join. ठीक है? So there are two types of managers. One is called owner managers, other is called professional managers. Owner managers means if you have your own business, then you can run the business. There no qualification is needed. But if you want to be a professional manager, now companies have started to have the degree or diploma. तो जो बच्चे MBA कर रहे हैं वो क्यों कर रहे हैं? Why they are doing MBA?
For some degree.
हाँ, क्योंकि डिग्री मिलेगी तो फिर वो मैनेजर बन पाएंगे. So ना, so this is a growing trend now. Companies have started focusing on professional management and they ask for degrees or diplomas. So though it is not compulsory today, but slowly and gradually in future, it will also be compulsory in field of management to have the degree or diploma in management. Is it clear? Sairam.
Yes, sir.
So first we discuss that is systematic body of knowledge. So we concluded that every profession is a systematic body of knowledge and management is also a systematic body of knowledge. Second characteristics of profession is restricted entry. Entry in any branch of profession like medical or law is restricted by entry by degree or diploma. Means without having that degree or diploma, no one can join that profession. But in management, so far, it is not compulsory to have the degree or diploma in management to become a manager, but it's a growing tradition or trend that companies have started asking for degree or diploma in that branch of management. So that way, though it is not 100% restricted, but company has started restricting the people to become the manager without having the degree or diploma. Third characteristics of management is the professional association. Professional association. This is the third characteristics of profession, that every profession is affiliated to some professional association, है ना? So every profession is affiliated to some professional association, and this association regulates entry of the members in that profession. So there is a professional body, professional association. Everyone who want to join that profession, they have to get membership of this association, and this association regulates the entry of people in that profession. For example, in case of law, there is a bar council, है ना, bar council. If you want to become a lawyer, if you want to practice as a lawyer, in addition to having a degree in law की डिग्री तो चाहिए आपको, आपको मेंबरशिप लेनी पड़ेगी बार काउंसिल की. तो बार काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया इज द प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन फॉर लॉ, है ना. मेडिसिन के लिए है इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन, है ना, इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन. ये डॉक्टर्स के लिए, तो जब कोई व्यक्ति डॉक्टर बनना चाहता है, डॉक्टर की डिग्री लेने के बाद में he has to take the membership of Indian Medical Association, and then Indian Medical Association will tell what rules and what procedures the person as a doctor has to follow. तो दो चीजें हो गई, एक तो डिग्री चाहिए, दूसरा आपको मेंबरशिप चाहिए प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन की. विदाउट गेटिंग द मेंबरशिप ऑफ दीज प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन, नो वन कैन प्रैक्टिस एज ए प्रोफेशनल. क्लियर है आपको ये? साईराम.
Yes, sir.
दिस प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन फॉर्म्स कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट ना, कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट बनाती है कि ये इस प्रोफेशन में जो लोग हैं वो कैसे बिहेव करेंगे अपना आपको. स्टैंडर्ड रूल्स ऑफ बिहेवियर है ना. कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट मींस स्टैंडर्ड रूल्स ऑफ बिहेवियर. दे आर ड्राफ्टेड बाय दिस प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन, है ना. so this professional association makes the code of conduct for that profession, and it is compulsory for anyone to join that profession, that they should become first a member of the association, then only they can join that profession. तो मैंने एग्जांपल दे दिया आपको. अगर आपको लॉयर बनना है तो लॉ तो करना ही पड़ेगा. लॉ करने के बाद आपको मेंबरशिप लेनी पड़ेगी बार काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया की. बार काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया की जब मेंबरशिप मिल जाएगी तभी आप एज ए लॉयर प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं. डॉक्टर की डिग्री लेने के बाद आपको मेंबरशिप लेनी पड़ेगी मेडिकल काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया, है ना, इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन, या आजकल एक नया नाम चल रहा है, बहुत सुना होगा, आईसीएमआर. सुना है क्या आपने? आईसीएमआर भी एक बॉडी है, इंडियन काउंसिल ऑफ मेडिकल रिसर्च. ये कोरोना में बड़ा काम कर रही है. जो गुलेरिया, डॉक्टर गुलेरिया सुनते होंगे आप, टीवी पे आ रहा है, बार बार आ रहा है, जो है ना, डॉक्टर गुलेरिया इज द चेयरमैन ऑफ दिस आईसीएमआर. तो वो इसके एसोसिएशन है आईसीएमआर, इंडियन काउंसिल ऑफ मेडिकल रिसर्च, है ना. तो ये इस तरह की एसोसिएशन होती है. So they have to become the member, then only they can practice. ठीक है. Now management, whether management fulfills this criteria or not. First thing is that so far as we don't have any strong association for management at all India level, अभी तक हमारे पास कोई ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे कोई ऐसी एसोसिएशन नहीं बनी है ना. Second, nor it is compulsory to be the member of this association. So some associations have been formed, है ना, जैसे क्या बोलते हैं उसको, आजकल एक बड़ा एसोचैम बना है, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है ना, और क्या नाम दिया है, ये ऑल इंडिया मैनेजमेंट एसोसिएशन एक बनी है. ऑल इंडिया मैनेजमेंट एसोसिएशन है, एसोचैम, कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस बनी है. But it is not still compulsory to be the member of these associations to practice as a manager. आपको क्या समझ में आ रहा है? What I am trying to make you understand, Sairam?
Yes, sir.
क्या समझ में आ रहा है आपको?
That in management,
मैंने बताया
professional
कि
association is
है ना, हर एक प्रोफेशन में तो एक प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन होती है कंपल्सरीली, और अगर आपको प्रोफेशन ज्वाइन करना है तो आपको उस एसोसिएशन का मेंबर बनना कंपलसरी है। अब हम मैनेजमेंट को जज करेंगे कि मैनेजमेंट में क्या स्टेटस है। सो इन मैनेजमेंट फर्स्ट थिंग देयर इज नो strong professional association, first thing, but there are certain management associations which are being formed, but still it is not compulsory to be the member of these management associations to join as a manager। अगर आपको मैनेजर बनना है तो आपको इन मैनेजमेंट एसोसिएशन की मेंबरशिप लेना अभी भी कंपलसरी नहीं है। मीन्स पहली बात तो ये कि ऐसी ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे कोई स्ट्रॉन्ग एसोसिएशन है ही नहीं मैनेजमेंट में। और दूसरी जो बनी है, जैसे ऑल इंडिया मैनेजमेंट एसोसिएशन बनी है, कुछ और बनी है, सो दे आर बेसिकली रीजनल इन नेचर, और अभी भी उनकी मेंबरशिप लेना कंपलसरी नहीं है। अगर आपको मैनेजर बनना है तो इट इज नॉट कंपलसरी टू बी द मेंबर ऑफ दिस मेडिकल सॉरी मैनेजमेंट एसोसिएशंस। ठीक है, ठीक है। तो प्रोफेशन में प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशंस हैं हर एक प्रोफेशन में, एंड इट इज कंपलसरी टू बी द मेंबर ऑफ दैट प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन। मैनेजमेंट में अभी भी कोई स्ट्रॉन्ग प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन नहीं है, और है भी तो उनका मेंबरशिप लेना कंपलसरी नहीं है। बट स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली द नंबर ऑफ मैनेजमेंट एसोसिएशंस इज ग्रोइंग। अब इनका नंबर बढ़ रहा है, एंड इट इज सजेस्टेड दैट दोज हु प्रैक्टिस एज ए मैनेजर दे शुड टेक द मेंबरशिप ऑफ दीज मैनेजमेंट एसोसिएशंस, है ना। तो फ्यूचर में हो सकता है कि कंपलसरी हो जाए कि ये ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे बन जाए और लोगों को इनकी मेंबरशिप लेना कंपलसरी हो जाए। अभी तक कोई ऐसा कंपल्सन नहीं है। ठीक है। सही राम।
Yes, sir.
चौथा पॉइंट है एथिकल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट। फोर्थ क्राइटेरिया है एथिकल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट। ठीक है, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ एथिकल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट। मैंने आपको बताया जो प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन होती है वो कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट बनाती है। कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट इज डिजाइन्ड बाय द प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन। This ethical code of conduct means that some guidelines for members, how to behave themselves, how to conduct themselves in a ethical manner, that guidelines are decided by the professional association। So every profession has its own code of conduct, ethical code of conduct। जैसे डॉक्टर्स जो होते हैं उनको एक ओथ होती है कि उसमें वो प्रॉमिस करते हैं कि वी विल नॉट मेक मनी एज द पर्पज ऑफ आवर लाइफ, बट वी विल सर्व द ह्यूमैनिटी, है ना। जो उसको भी मेडिसिन की या मेडिकल हेल्प की जरूरत है उनको हम हेल्प करेंगे, बट वी आर ज्वाइनिंग दिस प्रोफेशन नॉट टू अर्न मनी but to help the needy people। Similarly, lawyers also help take the oath that we we are not joining this profession only for money, but we will help those people, ignorant people who are in the grip of law, and those who need the help, legal aid, legal help, we will help them। So these professions are guided by some ethical code of conduct, ethical behavior। Okay, but in management there is no such ethical code of conduct defined till now। अभी तक मैनेजमेंट में ऐसा कोई एथिकल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट नहीं है, बिकॉज देयर इज नो स्ट्रॉन्ग प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन, है ना। इसलिए क्या है कि अभी भी कोई ऐसा एथिकल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट नहीं बना है मैनेजमेंट में। एंड मोस्टली मैनेजमेंट और मोस्टली मैनेजर्स वर्क फॉर अर्निंग मनी, वेरी फ्यू मैनेजर्स वर्क फॉर सोशल पर्पज। क्लियर है राम।
Yes, sir.
और लास्ट पॉइंट है मोटिव, सर्विस मोटिव। उन सबका मोटिव जो है सर्विस है। डॉक्टर्स का मोटिव क्या है? टू हेल्प द पीपल हु आर अफेक्टेड बाय डिसीज, उनकी मदद करना। लॉयर्स का पर्पज क्या है? टू हेल्प दोज इग्नोरेंट पीपल हु हैव कम इन द ग्रिप ऑफ द लॉ। सो these professionals are dedicated to serve the clients or interest of their clients and to provide them services। So service is the main motive of these professions। Earning money is secondary, though they need also money, professionals also need money, so they charge fees, but fee is not the primary concern for these professionals। service to the clients or service to the humanity is the main concern of these professionals. But in management, what is the purpose? Very few people join a profession as a manager for service motive, but most of the managers join management to earn money. So their motive is not service, but their motive is profit maximization. As a manager, every person tries to make maximum profit for his or her company. Okay, so the profit service motive is not there, but nowadays many people have started working as management consultants who help the needy people who need help in in field of uh, this type of management problem. So some people, very few though in number, but they have started coming forward and they have started as managers to help the people not to earn money. Okay, so this trend is slowly and gradually coming in field of management. So out of 5 characteristics of profession, first, management satisfied fully. Second, restricted entry. As I said, it is a growing trend that companies have started asking for degree or diploma in management. Third, professional association. Though still there is not a all India level management association, but slowly and gradually, many management associations are being formed. Maybe in future it will be compulsory for managers to be the member of these management associations. There is no ethical code of conduct defined for managers, but some organizations have come with code of conduct, and some managers have joined as service motive, but not all. What can we conclude that management is not a profession right now, but in future it may become a profession, fully developed profession, because it is acquiring all the qualities slowly and gradually which are necessary for a profession. आपका management is said to be a developing profession. Management is moving in the direction of becoming profession because slowly and gradually it is trying to acquire those traits or those features which are necessary for a profession. But right now, management cannot be said a full-fledged profession like medical or other professions. But right now, management is a developing profession. Sairam, so what can we conclude? Management is a developing profession. It's not a fully developed profession, full-fledged profession, but management is a developing profession. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Out of three, what can we say? Management is a perfect art because it satisfies all three requirements of the art. It's an imperfect science because two criteria, that is principles of science developed by experimentation and universal validity of principles, is not there in management. So management is an imperfect science, and management has not acquired all the traits of profession, but slowly and gradually it is moving in that direction. It is acquiring those traits which are necessary for profession. So management can be said a developing profession. So management is a perfect art, imperfect science, and a developing profession. This is the nature of management. It's a perfect art, imperfect science, and developing profession. Any doubt about it?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, our next topic is levels of management. Okay. Levels of management, then functions of management. So let us see. Okay. What we have to learn about levels of management. That means their composition and their functions. That we have to understand. Okay. Levels of management means the rank of a managerial position in the management hierarchy. So we arrange all the positions of managers from top to the bottom. That is called levels of management. So arranging or ranking of a management position in management hierarchy or management hierarchy, that is called as level of management. So we classify managers in three categories: top management or top level management, है ना? Second one is the middle management or middle level management, and third is the bottom level management. Here three categories or three levels of management: top management, middle management, and bottom management. Okay. What is the top management? It consists of senior executive, है ना? Senior executive, जिसको आप कॉमनली क्या बोलते हो? CMD बोलते हैं कई जगह CEO बोलते हैं, CEO ऑफ द कंपनी, CEO, CMD, है ना? ये इसके कॉमन नाम है. चीफ मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर, चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर, दी आर द नेम गिवन टू द दिस पर्सन, है ना? उसके बाद है चीफ ऑपरेटिंग ऑफिसर, प्रेसिडेंट एंड वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. चीफ ऑपरेटिंग ऑफिसर, प्रेसिडेंट एंड वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. मैं जीएम्स बोल सकते हैं. जीएम्स भी, जनरल मैनेजर्स जो होते हैं उनको भी इसमें लेते हैं. दे आर द टॉप मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द कंपनी. ओके. तो टॉप मैनेजमेंट के फंक्शंस क्या होते हैं? देखो, पहला तो होता है ड्राफ्टिंग और मेकिंग, सॉरी, सेटिंग अप ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ द कंपनी. तो कंपनी के जो ऑब्जेक्टिव्स होते हैं, दे आर बीइंग डिसाइडेड बाय टॉप मैनेजमेंट. दूसरा, मेकिंग प्लान्स एंड पॉलिसीज फॉर द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, है ना? तो जितने भी प्लान्स है, पॉलिसीज बनानी है, वो सारा प्लान्स है, पॉलिसीज कौन बनाता है? टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट बनाता है. ओके. इंटीग्रेट द एक्टिविटीज ऑफ डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स, है ना? जितने भी डिपार्टमेंट उन सबको कोऑर्डिनेट करना है. टू असेंबल द रिसोर्सेस and to ensure their optimum utilization. ये टॉप मैनेजमेंट का काम है. फिजिकल रिसोर्सेज, फाइनेंशियल रिसोर्सेज और जो भी चाहिए वो सब अरेंज करके देगा टॉप मैनेजमेंट, एंड दे विल इंश्योर दैट दीज रिसोर्सेज आर प्रॉपर्ली यूटिलाइज्ड फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ठीक है. देन they are responsible for overall success or failure. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की जो भी सक्सेस या फेलियर आती है उसके लिए कौन जिम्मेदार होता है? टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट. एंड दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कंटिन्यूअस सर्वाइवल एंड ग्रोथ ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, है ना? कंटिन्यूअस सर्वाइवल एंड ग्रोथ of the organization. That is the work of the top level management. So they have to set the objectives or goals of the organization. They have to make the policies, plans. They have to give instructions to other levels of management to integrate the activities of different departments. They are responsible for assembling the different resources, physical resources like land, building, machine, etc. Financial resources means capital. Human resource means manpower, required manpower for the organization. And they are responsible for ultimate success or failure of the organization. तो जो भी रिजल्ट आता है उसका अल्टीमेट जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है वो किसकी होती है? टॉप मैनेजमेंट की. ठीक है साईराम, एनी डाउट?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
दूसरा लेवल जो होता है वो होता है मिडिल लेवल मैनेजमेंट. ठीक है, इसका कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट क्या है मिडिल लेवल मैनेजमेंट के? मिडिल लेवल मैनेजमेंट कंसिस्ट ऑफ डिपार्टमेंटल हेड्स ना. इट्स ए लिंक बिटवीन टॉप लेवल एंड बॉटम लेवल. ये दोनों के बीच में लिंक है. ये लिंक बिटवीन टॉप एंड बॉटम दोनों को कनेक्ट करता है. एंड it consists of departmental heads, है ना. डिपार्टमेंटल हेड्स, इसके जो मेंबर्स होते हैं वो डिपार्टमेंटल हेड्स होते हैं. लाइक चीफ मैनेजर HR, चीफ मैनेजर फाइनेंस, चीफ मैनेजर फलाना डिपार्टमेंट. सो दिस इज द composition of managers and chief managers. So departmental heads are the members of middle level management. They come in the category of middle level management. ठीक है, अब इसका फंक्शन क्या होता है? तो फर्स्ट एंड मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट फंक्शन इनका होता है वो होता है implementing the policies or plans made by top management with the help of bottom level management. मैंने बताया ना दोनों के बीच में लिंक है. तो जो टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट ने जो प्लान बनाए हैं, पॉलिसी बनाई है, उनको इम्प्लीमेंट करने की जिम्मेदारी मिडिल लेवल के ऊपर होती है विद द हेल्प ऑफ बॉटम लेवल मैनेजमेंट. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है क्या आपको? मिडिल लेवल इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर इम्प्लीमेंटिंग पॉलिसीज और प्लान्स मेड बाय द टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट विद द हेल्प ऑफ बॉटम लेवल मैनेजमेंट. ओके, उसके बाद दे ऑल्सो फ्रेम पॉलिसीज. जो टॉप मैनेजमेंट का था ये लोग भी करते हैं. फ्रेम पॉलिसीज, सेट ऑब्जेक्टिव्स फॉर देयर डिपार्टमेंट, है ना. अपने डिपार्टमेंट की ऑब्जेक्टिव ये सेट करते हैं. पॉलिसी बनानी है कैसे करेंगे वो ये खुद करते हैं. तो ओवरऑल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की तो टॉप मैनेजमेंट करता है. दिस मिडिल लेवल मेक पॉलिसीज और दे सेट टारगेट्स और ऑब्जेक्टिव्स फॉर देयर ओन डिपार्टमेंट्स. ठीक है, दे इंटरप्रेट द पॉलिसीज ऑफ टॉप मैनेजमेंट टू बॉटम लेवल मैनेजमेंट. टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट ने जो पॉलिसी बनाई है उनको बॉटम लेवल को समझाते हैं, बिकॉज उनकी हेल्प से इसको अचीव करना है, इम्प्लीमेंट करना है. ओके, दे इंश्योर दैट डिपार्टमेंट है नेसेसरी मैन पावर, है ना. तो रिसोर्सेज, असेंबलिंग नेसेसरी रिसोर्सेज फॉर डिपार्टमेंट इनकी जिम्मेदारी है. उनके डिपार्टमेंट में नेसेसरी रिसोर्सेज हैं, मैन पावर है, अदर रिसोर्सेज हैं कि नहीं, दैट इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ डिपार्टमेंटल हेड्स. देन असाइनिंग द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज और ड्यूटीज टू द मेंबर्स ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट. उसके जो मेंबर्स हैं उनमें वो ड्यूटीज डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे, असाइनिंग द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज और ड्यूटीज. ठीक है, फिर मोटिवेटिंग देम टू अचीव द ऑब्जेक्टिव. उनको मोटिवेट करते हैं, है ना. एंड दे आर मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट काम क्या है इनका? दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर इंटर डिपार्टमेंटल कोऑर्डिनेशन. अकेला काम नहीं कर सकता. दे हैव टू कोऑर्डिनेट विद अदर डिपार्टमेंट्स. जैसे अगर HR डिपार्टमेंट को मैन पावर की जरूरत है तो वो मैन पावर लाएंगे, उसके पहले फाइनेंस डिपार्टमेंट से कोऑर्डिनेट करना पड़ेगा कि उतना फंड्स है कि नहीं सैलरी देने के लिए. Coordinate with finance department, they have to coordinate with HR department. So this is interdepartmental coordination is done by the departmental heads, that is the middle level management. So they are linked between top level and middle level, top level and bottom level. So whatever policies are drafted by top level They are interpreted, they are explained and implemented by top level with the help of, middle level with the help of bottom level. They also ensure that departments have sufficient resources. They give instructions to them, allot the duties or responsibilities, ensure that departmental objectives are being achieved, and they have to coordinate with the other departments also. Okay. और थर्ड लेवल जो है वो सुपरवाइजरी लेवल और बॉटम लेवल, उसको हम कल पढ़ेंगे अगली क्लास में. दैट इज सुपरवाइजरी लेवल और बॉटम लेवल. दैट इज थर्ड लेवल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. सो आई एम कमिंग बैक टू द मीट. Okay. Okay. So now that's all for this class. Let us have Shanti Path, then you can leave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam.
Sairam,
Sairam.
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 Sairam, sir.
Sairam.